Welcome, everyone, to episode 11 of So Much Hype. I'm your host, 8-Bit Matt, and I'm joined by two fantastic friends, Chralie.
Hi.
And Kevin.
Hello.
What's going on, guys? We got to cover, what games have you been playing this week? Kevin, tell me. Anything but Mass Effect or Dragon Age, please.
Sorry, it's Dragon Age 3.
Ah.
But I have been playing a lot of Boom Beach.
Oh, okay, there you go. Boom Beach.
Just sitting on the toilet at work.
Perfect. Living the American dream. Hey, tomorrow you can play Fallout Shelter.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yes. Excited about that.
So
On the toilet at work.
On the toilet at work. So I expect your thoughts about it next week. All right, ma'am?
Will do.
Awesome. Charlie, what about you, ma'am? What have you been getting into?
I have continued my streak of playing nothing because I've been watching Mr. Robot and True Detective.
Well, we'll chat more about True Detective later, but
Ooh. And I'm just patiently waiting for Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear.
Patience is a virtue.
Yeah. All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Until I found out that multiplayer doesn't come out till October.
Yeah, a little bit of a bummer.
Well, it's not a big bummer because no one knows what they're missing, but I think they've made a lot of Western improvements on it.
Yeah.
This time around, and I think it'll be worth playing, and I just don't like having to wait a month to do it.
I hear you, but you know what? You'll have time to play the campaign and some Destiny. In terms of me this week, I've definitely been building up my shelter. I think I'm at like 75 dwellers now, so keeping them all happy, 90% happiness, slaughtering anyone who comes near me. In terms of other things, I picked up the indie game Chralie. Definitely worth checking out. It's kind of like a interactive Dungeons and Dragons where you take turns playing the hero and the rest of the players are monsters. So
let me mention, I bought it. I could not get it to launch on Windows 10.
Really?
And with Steam's awesome program, I returned it immediately.
Really? Well, I'm running it on Windows 10.
Well, what the heck? And you should put some streams up so I can just watch you play it.
Will do. Scrub-a-dub-dub in the tub. Yeah, so it's really fun. There should be some footage of that going on in this video too, so you'll be able to catch it there as well. But guys, let's get into these topics. Got a few topics this week, and the first one I've got to ask. Personal question: campaign or multiplayer? Which do you prefer? And then I want you to tell me what's the next game coming out that you're ready to invest heaps amount of times, or for Kevin's sake, what game that's 9 years old. Kevin, start us off, buddy. Multiplayer, campaign.
Campaign first, and if they have multiplayer, that one second.
Okay.
So, like for Halo, like Gears of War,
Right.
everybody would be on multiplayer as soon as it came out. I was the person that invested the time into campaign first.
Okay.
Kind of like as practice, so I didn't get slaughtered in the multiplayer.
Okay.
You know, not a lot of people like that when I would not be down with a group, but I mean, that's what I did. I like enjoying the story first, seeing what it's all about, getting all the mechanics. But I mean, I definitely enjoyed both.
But you got to pick one. Give me one.
Campaign.
Campaign? What campaign or what game with a campaign are you playing next? Can't be Dragon Age because you're already playing that. Next game.
It'll be Fallout 4 whenever that comes out.
All right, fair enough.
And hopefully I will have upgrades to my PC if it can't handle it.
All right.
In due time, so I could actually run it.
Sweet deal. Sweet deal. Charlie, what about you, man? Campaign?
I'm just going to pretend that Kevin didn't skip over Metal Gear Solid and continue answering this question.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Keep going.
Multiplayer-wise, the two games I'm looking forward to is going to be Metal Gear Solid multiplayer, of course. I'm hoping it'll be good stuff, and I can invest some time in that.
Yep.
If that
Me
fails,
too.
I'll go immediately to the new Halo, because it looks like they have a lot of great things going with it. A lot of good options, so looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
Side story about Halo. How do you feel about it? Halo 5 being rated T.
Uh, I'm sure they can still show zombie or alien guts without having a problem. So
All right.
minus a few cuss words, I'm sure it'll be the exact same thing.
I hope so.
Me too.
We'll see. But you got to answer the question.
Yeah. So that's the multiplayer. I'm gonna skip Call of Duty this year.
Yep, me too.
I can't. XCOM's multiplayer. I haven't seen too much on that, so I'm gonna kind of
Okay.
skip that. But yeah, campaign-wise, you're looking at Metal Gear. Same thing as I've been talking about. Fallout 4, XCOM, which again I can't believe Kevin didn't mention.
I mentioned Fallout.
Halo's campaign I might play.
Okay.
I might skip.
I need you to play it for me so you can tell me about it.
It's
but
co-op. You need to grab a copy of it, and we need to both play together since it's a big co-op game. And I'm tired of this whole I'm not going to buy an Xbox crap.
I don't
Just
know.
go out and buy one.
We'll see.
Get over it. If you call yourself a true gamer, you'll own all the systems because you have the money for it,
Well,
and you can enjoy it.
maybe not. I'm going on a big trip at the end of the year now.
Okay, well, never mind.
We'll chat about that later.
Phone a friend.
Yeah, I'll phone a friend on that one. But if you had to choose one, multiplayer, campaign, which one? Right now, do or die.
Wait, what do you mean for
You
this
got to
year?
pick. No,
For
campaign
now?
or multiplayer.
In general?
Just in general. Yep.
Well, because I'm an old man and I lose interest and I can't keep up with the kids these days, I'm just going to pick campaign.
Okay, fair enough. Well, don't get me wrong, guys. I love me some campaign, but multiplayer is where it's at. From two perspectives, right? I think cooperative multiplayer as well as competitive. I think it just gives it a little more diversity. I can play it a little bit longer. But two, like playing with my boys on Destiny, sometimes I get on. I don't really want to get on, but I get on just to chat with them. I may goof around in the tower, just like typical MMOs or other things. Like I enjoy that building those communities around games that I care about. So what's the one I'm really looking forward to? I mean, obviously I want to invest time in Metal Gear Solid Online. Disappointed it's not coming out sooner, but that's okay because I'll have Destiny distract me for a little bit. I'll get my campaign fix with Metal Gear, rounding out the franchise there. And yeah, I mean, multiplayer games, man, too good. We'll see. And Halo 5, I verdict's still out. I don't think I'm sold yet. But guys, let's jump on to our next topic, which has got a history of being basically the legacy of WarCraft has built World of Warcraft. It's one of the things that made Blizzard so big back in the 90s and I guess early 2000s. But there's been talk about once StarCraft 2 wraps up, they might make a WarCraft 4. I said
Well,
it.
they
4.
better because they have like one open spot in this Blizzard client.
Oh yeah, just one more spot.
No, I'm sure they got plenty more, but yeah, why not? That's where the money's at.
Oh man.
They
So, with that being said, I know I have spent countless hours in that game. What would you like to see from the new one? You want to see new factions? You want to see what do you want from me? Give me some stuff. Give me some things you'd like to see. I'll tell you one I'd like to see right now.
Hold on.
Oh, think about it.
It's easy. This is easy. You just want updated graphics, and you want them to mix in some of the components that they've added to StarCraft 2.
Okay. Like what?
Yeah.
What components? Like, give me some examples of these components.
Matt, let me ask this: have you finished or played through a StarCraft campaign?
Yeah.
And did you enjoy it? The
Yeah.
layout, the setup?
I really enjoyed the last one where you kind of like upgraded. Like, I like that they distinguished multiplayer from campaign. Right? You could buff the units. Like, yep. So okay, gotcha. That's one thing you like to see.
Okay.
I agree with that.
And the way the cinematography is, do you want it kind of set up like they have it, or would you rather it just be all in game?
No, no, I like the cinematography. I want to see that. I mean, who doesn't want to see Warcraft cinematography? It looks too good to pass up. So, I've got two very distinct thoughts or routes in my mind. One, I'd like to see either additional factions, like I'd like to see, maybe it's a panda faction or race, or what I would like to see is kind of take it back a level, and you either pick Horde or Alliance. Follow with me here. Horde or Alliance. But inside of each alliance, there is a much wider web of talent. Like if I build this building, I'm going to get trolls. If I build this building, I'm going to get blood elves. If I build this one, I'm going to get undead units. Something more like that. A much more drastic.
But you only want there to be. You want that portion of it, but you only want there to be two classes or races per se.
Maybe
not races, but factions.
Yeah, two factions. But I'm talking like super diverse. I mean, think about all the different.
I want at least 4 factions for each race.
There has to be.
So you want 4 factions? The minimum. You want the night elves. You want the undead. The ogre or the orcs, and you want the human. Okay. So if you go that route, what other races would you like to see?
I mean, I'm good there. They're gonna have their work cut out for them as it is.
Okay. So the way I looked at it is they've got so many other races and things to mess with. I'd love to see them split the line, right? If I'm going to choose Horde, then the first building I can build is maybe like, I don't know, maybe there are 4 or 5 buildings I can choose from. I can choose the Orc building, right? And then I'm starting to build an Orc army. And then, it's like, oh, but I also want trolls. And that can, cascade down the troll army. So that way it feels more like Horde versus Alliance. You see what I'm saying? Like, leave the orcs how they are. Just build me factions inside of the greater Horde faction.
But I think it needs to get away from that. So, like, World of Warcraft could do its own thing.
Maybe so.
But I like where you're going with that. And I think they'll do that. But they'll do it within, 4 different races. Or
maybe so.
I mean, that was already kind of existent in Warcraft 3.
Right.
You had the orcs, they had trolls, and...
No, right. That's what I'm saying. But just flesh those out. Like, flesh out each race has its own full dynamic tree. Like, you build the orc base. You build the troll base. You build the undead base. And then from there, you can build all kinds of crazy units, right? Again, that makes it a little more complex, and that's probably not the route Blizzard's going to go, especially these days. But I think that's what I would like to see, is just more depth and leveraging a lot of the content they've done throughout the past 10 years or so with World of Warcraft, and just kind of bring it back to the good old Warcraft trace.
I just want to see everything they've been doing with StarCraft 2, and I want them to throw that into the World of Warcraft world.
Yes.
With the mods, community that they have, and all that kind of stuff, I think it'll be something awesome.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kevin, you've been a little quiet. Any other thoughts? Warcraft 4? What do you want?
I mean, kind of like the same route as, exactly what Chralie said, the same route as StarCraft 2. Like, I mean, keep the 4 races, because, I mean, that's what we're used to in Warcraft 3.
Sure.
Update graphics,
okay,
cinematography, whatever. And I mean, if keep all the races, so you still have undead, night elves, humans, and orcs.
Okay.
If they're going to change anything, then you could replace a race.
Okay.
But have it kind of have mechanics similar, so it's not like a huge learning curve for people who played the previous games.
Sure. Fair enough.
That's how they're going to do it. But I mean, because all the other races that are out there, I mean, they're like neutral, or kind of like side races. They're not numerous enough to be a huge deal. Like
a panda race would just be too much.
No, yeah, I mean, maybe so.
Like, I love Naga, but I mean, I don't think they should ever be a main race in the game.
Sure. That's fine. I'm down with that. I just want to see the day when it happens, man. Get that.
Wait, that's gonna be awesome.
Ooh, it'll be so good. And they got to make a third StarCraft eventually too. So,
Maybe another 10 years.
yeah, no, another 10 years or so. But all right, guys. Now, Kevin, I know you don't watch True Detective. We're kind of jumping to a little bit of our off topic now. Keeping it light this week, but I'm gonna bring you. I'm gonna rope you in this. So we're gonna talk about True Detective. We're gonna bust some spoilers out, but I also want to talk about shows that have fantastic first seasons, and then the second is just doesn't do it for you.
Well, let's. Are we going to go into that and then talk about True Detective?
Yeah, let's do that. Are there other shows that the first season's the best and then it just goes downhill?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, do we have some? Take a stab at it.
I mean, so True Detective tackles it in a different manner, right? Where each season is independent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I love the show Heroes. They're bringing it back, by the way. The first season is still the best. Save the cheerleader, save the world, right? It kept going, and I enjoyed it, but not to the level that first season did for me, you know? And it just kind of got worse and worse as the seasons went on. But the other one, to me, I think Lost was fantastic. It could have been just one season, and people would have loved it, right? Granted, watch it all the way through.
Well, no, because we had to know where the polar bear came from.
Yeah, we got to know where the polar bear came from. But you see, that's my thing. Is like, the first season is what caught everyone's attention, and then it almost felt like you kind of limped along, right? It was still pretty engaging, but nothing hit you quite right.
I don't know. Any show that continues going should, 3 seasons max. I mean,
right.
I don't know, this could be a tough question because it could be debatable.
Yeah, sure, but that's fine. I want to know your opinion. Kevin, are there any shows that you've watched and season 1 killed it and then it just kind of tapered off?
I'm trying to remember. I know there are some out there.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, there's nothing that really recent TV shows that I've watched.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most recent was Walking Dead.
Okay.
But, I kind of trailed off after season 5. What season are they on now?
I don't know.
You got to keep going.
Yeah,
I do. I applaud you for getting past the farm.
So
That's where everybody stops.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I like the show. Like, I still liked it, even when I stopped. It's just, time.
Just found some other things to occupy that time. Yeah, I hear you.
Well, I mean, it's just I don't have time anymore.
No,
So,
gotcha.
I mean, I would still love to watch it. I still want to know what's going on because I seriously stopped, like, midway through this previous season. Where they're at, like, do you guys watch it at all?
I don't watch it at all.
Yeah,
Okay, so, I mean, it's basically, for those who do watch it, it's basically the point where they escape from the cannibals. That's
spoilers.
I mean,
I mean, that's
watching it?
several years old, so
Yeah.
look out.
And so that's basically at the point where I stopped. And I mean, I still love it. I still want to pick it up and watch it. I just, yeah.
Well, get to work and watch it, Kevin.
Okay. Well, so Kevin,
It's worth it.
Have you seen? Let me tell you this. Have you seen True Detective, season 1?
I have not.
Do yourself a favor. Go watch it.
I mean, I can do myself a lot of favors by watching like 10 different shows and
He already has to watch Mr. Robot now.
have a bunch of stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Season 1. So let's. Wiggins, any other shows you want to add before I
No,
get on my little
I want
soapbox?
before you jump on to season 2, let's do a 1 through 10 rating, and I want to hear yours, and then I'll say mine.
Okay, 1 through 10 rating on season 2.
Yeah.
Kevin, I want to hear yours too, just based on how we react to it. Okay, fair enough.
Not sure if I get it, but okay.
I'm gonna give this like I'm gonna give it a 6 to 7.
Okay, I was going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, fair enough.
And the reason I say this is if they put this show in a Netflix style format where you can binge watch it,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been an awesome show. it really suffers from breaking up week to week because you have a hard time keeping up with what's going on with the storyline. The
Okay.
pacing is really off at times.
Yeah.
But if you were binge watching this thing, you would have loved it.
Yeah. So
I
here's,
mean, obviously there's acting issues, but outside of that, the story would have been more solid.
no. I actually, my issues weren't with acting.
Mine was.
I think story-wise, it was super.
We're gonna go into spoilers here, so if
Yeah,
you don't want to know
super
anything,
spoilers, but it's
shut it
super
down.
convoluted.
See you next week.
Yeah. See you guys next week. Yeah. We'll let you know. I'll let you know when we're done with this. But for me, it was just they spent so much time on things that didn't matter, and it was slow at the start, and then picked up, and then kind of like flatlined for me. And
So if you talk about the start, keep in mind season 1, it didn't get really good till episode 4
right
when
Follow-
he raided the drug lab and the dwellings of Houston or
Right.
Beaumont.
Pacing picked up for
They
sure.
did the same thing here.
Right, and I was
when
in.
Things went crazy on episode 4, but and they kept it going. It's just when they broke it up week to week, you'd get disappointed.
Let me put it this way: the stuff that they talked about in the first 4 episodes, like a lot of it didn't matter. Like it had no relevant connections back to like the overarching story. And here's the thing: at the very end, super spoilers right here. Final episode, Vince Vaughn, Colin Farrell, they go in and they're like, all right, we're going to kill all these Russians. You're like, obviously someone's going to die here. That scene took like 5 minutes.
Oh, that scene was weak as shit.
It like, they like smoked them all out and then like smoked like 30 guys, right? And it's just like, okay, they went way too fast and way too, it was just too quick and it didn't do anything for me, right? It's like, okay, so I was like, they're both going to die. I just told myself, I was like, they're both going to die. I was like, I don't know how, but this went too smooth. It was too quick. This should have been the final set piece. To be honest, I felt like the love interest at the very end kind of was a little weird. Didn't really.
That was retarded.
It didn't make sense.
Even the love interest between the gangster and his wife.
No.
That was like annoying scene at the train tracks. I was just like, come on, get over it with this
Lots of
crap.
wasted time. I think there was a lot of wasted time between Vince Vaughn and his wife talking about whether they're going to have kids or going to adopt. Like, there was no payout for that. There was no final, like, that's why they were talking about it so much. Like, that's why it mattered. It was a little weird how they were able to find him with a new car and everything, but that's beyond the point. Like, if anyone should have got away, it should have been him because he was following his plan where Colin Farrell didn't. Like, that makes sense, right? He wanted to see his son. He's going to pay for it. Vince Vaughn didn't do anything except for burn clubs down. And then somehow got caught. Like, it was just weird. Like, these other things caught them up and, like,
You knew the
basically-
Mexicans were going to come around and bite him in the end.
Maybe.
I assumed the Mexicans. I thought he was having the Mexicans help him do the raid on the.
That's what I
Russians.
thought. Like, it just felt weird. There was no satisfaction. Like, the reveal of, the people who killed Casper were these twins that were basically sexually abused orphans. It's like the payoff was so weak, and that was the whole premise of the show, is to figure out who killed Casper. You solved it, and it was like, oh. And they didn't explain. So here's my biggest problem. The guy didn't kill Colin Farrell on the second episode, right? Then, the final episode, he gets super, like, suicidal and, like, knifes the guy just for saying that he's a bastard child. Like, it didn't make sense. Why kill this guy but not kill Colin Farrell? I just don't get it. So, I don't know. Rant
It was
over.
pretty epic though. Except Colin Farrell's death was BS.
Like,
Like he sends that message out and then he keeps going into
No,
the woods.
he didn't send the message
I know
out.
that. No, I'm saying like he was trying to send it, and the
Oh,
way
right.
he drove, he just kept driving deeper and deeper into the woods.
right. Like, that's not where you're
And
going to
it's like,
find
it's not
signal,
helping
bud.
you. And then he kills a bunch of people,
Yeah, he's doing
and then he just hides behind he could have just let people flank him and then he shoots them.
Right.
But he's like, no, I'm just gonna go out guns. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was
He could have picked up some guns.
It just didn't
Done
feel right.
something.
It just felt rushed.
Especially for his performance. Like, I wanted him to go out with more of a.
Yeah, like
It-
the bad
even though it
guys
was
got
all about
away.
his
They
son.
won. Like no
Sure.
no bad guys got caught. No bad guys got.
Except our the one. God, what was his name? The head up police official got shot along with the stabbing.
That's true.
So you got that.
Yeah, and that was
And then
that was
the
another
end.
scene that bothered me. That like they just three cops just open fired on their officer, their like lead dude. It was just like you're not even like you're 4 feet away. You could probably land a few good shots on this kid and not kill your lead. I don't know. It was just weird. It felt rushed.
And then she's pregnant, and our boy Ray has some good stuff in him to get her pregnant, no problem.
Right. Yeah. No problem. So.
And
Here, I'm gonna tell you how this season could have been better. By doing one simple thing, that ending scene with the two women and the baby, basically kind of make it like allude that they're on the run. They've obviously just given a ton of information to the New York Times or the Times writer. Then, basically like kind of trick you and like make you wonder whose kid is it? Is it the Vince Vaughn's girl or Colin Farrell's girl, right?
mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like so that's the present, and just make you wonder like who's gonna get away? Like, are they meeting up with them? Is something gonna happen? I don't know.
Well, she sold her story, and
Right.
the editor guy is supposed to publish it.
Right. I
And
just
that's
would have
where we
liked to
left
see a
off.
little bit past that to see them like get caught or arrested or something. Just a little bit of like there was no win in this season. So I don't know. My
The
rant's
world
over.
turns.
Yeah. But like I said, it's still better than what's on most of the networks. So
Yeah,
that's
something to watch. But if they put it out on Netflix and all at one time, it would have got a lot of better.
that's fair.
Would have
I could see that.
got more attention,
I can see
more
that.
praise, I guess. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. So on top of that, guys, we've got our so much hype game night coming up soon. So I want to ask you guys, Company Heroes 2 or Dota 10v10? Let us know which one you guys want to be a part of, and we'll play that one sometime next week. Probably Thursday night. Sound
Cute.
What's up?
Cue music.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so guys, let us know what you think about that. Guys, thanks for checking out episode 11. Pleasure having you. Let us know your thoughts. What would you like to see in Warcraft 4? What do you prefer, campaigns or multiplayers? And if you watched True Detective Season 2, let us know what you thought.
And if we just spoiled it for you, sorry.
My bad. Guys, we'll see you next week. Later.
Gator.
What's going on, everybody? Oh, dang. Is that how I start this? No, that's not how I start this, is it? Nope. Here we go.